Hello friends. So in this presentation, we will discuss about the psychrometric processes. So in the previous video lecture, we discussed the different properties of psychrometry and representation of psychrometric properties on psychrometric chart, and also discussed that how to represent psychrometric processes on psychrometric chart. So if you have not seen the previous video lecture, here is the link. Click on this link and you understand the different properties of psychrometry. Now coming back to the present topic, here we will discuss two types of psychrometric processes here. One is sensible cooling and sensible heating processes. So psychrometric processes, there are only two topics here we will discuss here: sensible heating, sensible cooling. So first we will understand and we will discuss sensible heating. So sensible heating here. So to understand sensible heating process, first you need to understand the definition of the sensible. So you might have studied in the previous classes and all. So sensible heating is amount of heat supplied to any substance during which the temperature increases, but the condition or the phase of the working substance remains same. So same concept, same fundamental apply here. So sensible heating, now we will explain with one simple diagram. So consider a pipe here. Here is a pipe. Length of the pipe is L and D is the diameter. Only for understanding purpose. Here is one heating coil. So through this heating coil, you are passing steam, that is hot fluid. Now on the other side of the pipe, I will take the cold air. This is cold air. We are passing on over the surface of the heating coil. And the temperature of the cold air here is T1. Now when the cold air passes over the surface of this heating coil, the heating coil temperature is more than the cold air. The heat exchange takes place between hot fluid to cold fluid. Okay. Now during which the cold air will become hot air at the other end. Now one thing you need to understand here carefully is, so during the heating process, only we are increasing the temperature of the air, but there is no change in the moisture content of the air. Moisture content is nothing but water content. There is no change in the water content between cold air and the hot air. So omega value, that is moisture contents, remains same. Now such a sensible heating process will represent on psychrometric chart. So here is a psychrometric chart now. So this is the layout of the psychrometric chart. So in this layout, the horizontal, that is x-axis, represents dry bulb temperature, and the y-axis represent moisture content. As I told you, moisture content will be represented by a symbol omega. Okay. Now these curved lines indicates relative humidity lines, and here you will get the enthalpy. So all these points we have discussed in the previous lecture. If you're not understood, you go this, click on this link, and you understand how to represent properties on psychrometric chart. Now we'll represent sensible heating on the chart. So this is a sensible heating process because it is represented by horizontal line on the chart, because here only the temperature increases and moisture content remains same. So during 1 to 2, moisture content remains same. That is, this green color indicates moisture content. The value of omega 1 at point number 1 and omega 2 at point number 2. That is, moisture content is 0.016. This is an example for understanding purpose. Now, there is an increase in the temperature. Here is the temperature 26 approximately. So temperature T1 is 26 and T2 is approximately 48 degrees Celsius. So here during sensible heating, the temperature increases. That is what I told you here. And during sensible heating, the moisture content is constant. There is no change in the moisture content. Next point, we'll go to measure the enthalpy of during 1 to 2, whether enthalpy changes or decreases. What we'll see here. So these points lines indicates the enthalpy line. So H1 is the enthalpy at point number 1, and H2 is the enthalpy at point number 2. Now you see the value of H1, that is how much is 65. So at what is the enthalpy at point number 2? Approximately it is 85, 86, 87. 87 kilojoule per kg. So 65 is becoming 88. So there is an increase in enthalpy. This is the third important point you need to remember. The next point is, you will see the relative humidity. And dear student, just observe point number 1. Point number 1 is located on this line. So what is the relative humidity here? It is 70%. 70% is the relative humidity at point number 1. So as the heating process is going on towards right side, the value of relative humidity RH is decreasing, as you can see here. So point number 2 is located on this curve. So what is the relative humidity at point number 2? That is 20%. So there is a decrease in the relative humidity. This is the fourth important point you need to understand here. So what are the points? First point is, so during sensible heating, the moisture content remains constant. Second point, temperature increases. And third point, enthalpy increases. But fourth point is, that is relative humidity is gradually decreases. Next, we'll go to the other process, sensible cooling process. So sensible cooling is exactly opposite to the sensible heating, as the name indicates. So now again we'll consider the same sketch what we discussed in the previous case. So here the same coil I have taken, evaporator coil. Here is the evaporator coil. Here I am supplying the cold air or cold substance, cold fluid. Here warm air we are supplying because we need cooling process. So here temperature is more. When high temperature warm air passes over the surface of the coil, the warm air release heat to the cold fluid, then it will become cold air. I need to understand here, again there is a decrease in temperature only, but there is no change in the moisture content of the air. So during sensible cooling also, the omega value, that is moisture content or humidity ratio, is constant. Now we will represent this process on psychrometric chart. Here is a psychrometric chart, pictorial view of psychrometric chart here. So point number 1 is here, and as I told you, we will consider the cooling process. So during process, that is dry bulb temperature is dB1 here. It is highest temperature. The cooling temperature, the temperature decreases, but the omega value on the right hand side, y-axis omega value, water vapor here I have written, or it is also called as moisture content or humidity ratio, both are same. So value of omega at point number 1 is same as point number 2. That is the first point you need to. And second point is temperature decreases. And the third point is the enthalpy at point number 1 is H1. Here is a enthalpy is the highest value. As you go towards downward on this line, the enthalpy decreases. So the conclusion is, so during sensible cooling process, enthalpy also decreases. And you take the relative humidity. Relative humidity, for this is a line representation of relative humidity curve line. Here is also one curve line. Let's assume that here is also one curved line. So these curved lines are represents relative humidity. At point number 1, relative humidity is 10%. Okay, as you go towards left side of the chart, the relative humidity is increases. The relative humidity increases. So here 10%. So at point number 2, you will get approximately 70% or 80%. So what is the conclusion is, point number 4, in the sensible cooling, the relative humidity increases. But in the previous case, in the sensible heating, the relative humidity was decreasing. Okay, so this is the 4 points. Now in the next slide, we'll compare both sensible heating and sensible cooling processes. So during the sensible heating, there are four properties changes. Temperature increases, no change in humidity ratio, that is moisture content, both are constant. Enthalpy increases in the sensible heating, and relative humidity phi value decreases in the heating process. Sensible cooling, cooling is exactly opposite word of heating. So in here is increasing, obviously decreases. As I told you, sensible heating as well as sensible cooling are represented the horizontal line on the chart. So there is no change in moisture content in both the cases. It is same condition. But coming back to enthalpy, enthalpy is decreases here, and the relative humidity value, as I told you in the previous slide, the relative humidity value is increases. So these are the difference between sensible heating and sensible cooling. So in the next video lecture, next presentation, we will discuss the next psychrometric process, humidification and dehumidification process. So thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye.